In this tutorial, we're going to work through the final paper from last year, November 2022, paper 1, question 1, which is company financial statements. We're going to start by scanning over the question, and then we're going to look at the answer sheet just to familiarize ourselves with what's going on. And then as we answer the questions, we'll look for the more detailed information. So the information relates to Laseo Limited, your February year-end 2022, required refer to information B1. We've got to calculate the cost of stock that was damaged. Refer to information B2. We're going to calculate profit or loss on disposal of vehicle, total depreciation for the year. Then lastly, we're going to do the statement of comprehensive income and the equity and liabilities section of the statement of financial position. So they give us in A an extract of balances and totals from the record of this company, and you will see that they were the ones that we're familiar with. So I just want to point out a few that are important at this stage. We've got SARS income tax, and it tells you these are your provisional tax payments. So we've paid SARS 130,000 Rand in advance of what we're going to owe him once we have finalized our taxable income and we've calculated our tax. Then the salaries and wages, including contributions. Sometimes these two accounts are separated, but here they've put them together. And the last one I want to point out is dividends on ordinary shares, and this is the interim dividend which has been paid. Moving on, they give us the additional information relating to our stock records. So here we are going to use this information to do the answer to B1. So the business sells sports shirts and they use the weighted average method. So that is important. That is the weighted average method is used to value their stock. Then B2, we've got the fixed assets and we've got some calculations there. We'll go into that detail when we start answering that question. And then they give us further information and adjustments. Number 3, 4, carrying on to number 10. So we're not going to read it in detail because by the time it comes to doing the actual question, we'll have forgotten the detail. So just scan over and get a feel for the type of questions that they're asking you. Then start doing your questions and start looking for the detail. So the first question that we've got to do is we've got to calculate the cost of the stock damaged. So that is the information relating to this B1. So now let's get into the detail. The business sells sports shirts. The weighted average method is used to value the shirts. The following information was extracted from the records. We've got opening stock of 1,900 shirts. There's the value. Then the purchases for the year, and they've been kind enough to total that up for us. So the total available for sale is 9,000. The value of that is 6,579,000. The closing stock is 1,185 shirts, and we sold 7,750. We are told that the damaged shirts were not included in the closing stock figure, and the damaged shirts must be written off as a loss. So that will happen in our statement of comprehensive income. So let's start with these calculations. Cost of stock damaged. So we first have to work out the number of shirts that were damaged. They told us that they had 9,000 in total available for sale. So we're going to start with that figure. We've got 9,000 shirts available between the opening stock and what has been purchased. We sold 7,750 of those shirts, and we have got a closing stock on our shelves of 1,185 shirts. So your missing figure there is 65. Those were the damaged shirts. Now we've got to value those shirts, and we've got to use the the weighted average method. How do we do that? You take your value and you divide it by your number of units. So the value was 6,579,000. Divide that by your 9,000. And that is equal to 731. Therefore, the value of your damaged shirts will be 65 shirts multiplied by 731, and your answer is 47,515. 5 marks there. Then moving on to the profit or loss on the sale of the disposal of the delivery vehicle. So there was no ways that you were going to escape getting questioned on an asset disposal. But let's take it slowly and we'll see that it's not that bad. They give us a little table here. We've got vehicles, 1,750,000. We've got accumulated depreciation at the beginning of the year. Then we've got equipment at the end of the year, and they give us accumulated depreciation. The methods of depreciation: vehicles are depreciated at 20% per annum on the diminishing balance, and equipment is depreciated at 15% per annum on cost. The bookkeeper calculated the total depreciation as 328,200 before taking the following into account. Vehicles: an old vehicle, delivery vehicle with a carrying value of 170,000 Rand on the 1st of March was sold for 140,000 on the 1st of December 2021. So the carrying value, we know, is cost price minus accumulated depreciation. So we've been given that figure at the beginning of the current financial year. But we are told that it was sold on the 1st of December. So step 1, we have to depreciate the vehicle to the date of sale. Bring that depreciation up to date. So let's start by doing that. And it's on the diminishing balance method. We've already got the carrying value at the beginning of the year. So we're going to start with that 170,000. The rate of depreciation is 20%. Now, we used the vehicle up until it was sold on the 1st of December. So that would be from the 1st of March to the 30th of November. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. 9 months. So we used it for 9 out of the 12 months. So the current year's depreciation is equal to 25,500. Now we must work out, at the date of sale, what was the book value or the carrying value of this vehicle. So at the beginning of the year, we know the carrying value was 170,000. But now we've depreciated it further for the current year. So we need to subtract that 25,500 additional depreciation. So we arrive at a value, work it out, and you should get 144,500. That is what this vehicle is worth to the business. We are told, however, that the selling price it was sold for 140,000. So we sold it for less than the book value. Therefore, clearly, it was a loss of 4,500 Rand. And I would write loss. That wasn't too bad. Now we've got to go on to 1.2.2 and we've got to calculate the total depreciation for the year. We've already done this over here. That's your current depreciation of 25,500. So let's transfer that figure in down here, 25,500. And all we've left to do in this first section is to do the depreciation on the alarm system. So let's go and see what that says. An alarm system costing 48,000 Rand was installed on the 1st of August. So we've now used it from August until February, the end of the current financial year. And let us remind ourselves that equipment is depreciated at 15% per annum on cost. So we're just going to show our workings in this block. So your cost price is 48,000. Multiply that by the 15%. And now please work out how many months did we use this alarm system. So it was from the 1st of August to the 28th of February. So we used it for 7 out of the 12 months. And that depreciation will be 4,200 Rand. Now you can total your depreciation, and you should arrive at a figure of 357,900. So to be honest, there wasn't anything terribly difficult in this question 1. Now let's go and transfer those amounts that we've calculated into our statement of comprehensive income. So we need to add them in. Loss on damaged stock. And that was 47,515 Rand. Loss on disposal of vehicle. And that was 4,500. And lastly, we need the depreciation. And that figure was 357,900. Now we can start looking at these other adjustments. And while we're doing the other adjustments, remember that we've also got this extract from the statement of financial position, and it's mostly going to impact on these current liabilities over here. Let's go to our list of balances and let's see what figures we can already start putting into our non-current and current liabilities. We've got that loan, so let's put the heading in. Under current liabilities, we're going to have the usual trade and other payables. We haven't got the notes, so we're going to show our workings directly on the face of our statement of financial position. And at this stage, that's all we can actually put in. Go and see what was the balance on the creditors control figure, because we can start with that. Creditors control was 428,000. So let's show that. Open your brackets, and this will be 428,000. And we'll leave the loan alone for the time being. Let's go back and let's look at number 3. That's where we left off. And number 3 tells us 33,700 Rand received from a debtor whose account was previously written off as irrecoverable was posted in error to the debtor's control account. This must be corrected. So of course it was an error, because when we wrote off the account, that account was closed. It's dead and buried. Now we can't go and put the credit into the debtor's control account. So we've now got to correct it. So we would have to now debit debtor's control, and we would credit bad debts recovered. And that goes under your other income. Bad debts recovered. And that amount, 33,700 Rand. And that is such a common adjustment that you find in past exam papers.